Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Nurhayani Kencana Manik and I'm from class 4D. And today I'm going to share what I've learned from three different podcast episode that I listened to in our extensive listening class. Okay, so guys, in this presentation, I will talk about three podcasts. The first one from word of mouth, the second one from the analysis, and the last one from business daily. Okay, guys. So I will summarize the main ideas and explain what I learned from each of them. Okay. The first podcast that I listened to was Word of Mouth. Okay. The title of the episode was is Learning Yiddish, and the main theme was about the Yiddish language and how people are working to keep it alive. And and then Michelle Rosen spoke with his Yiddish teacher, uh, Tamara Michner, and one of the key points discussed was how language connects us to culture and family history. And I found it interesting to learn how Yiddish has a mix of Germany and Hebrew and Slavic languages. Okay, so guys, from this episode, I learned about the history of the Yiddish language and how learning it can help people understand their identity. And this podcast helped me improve my listening skill by exposing me to natural speech, storytelling, and cultural vocabulary. Okay, the second one is podcast that I chose was the analysis. Okay, the episode and the episode I listened to was titled social media language, and this episode focus on how language is used on platforms like um, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter or X. Okay. So guys, some of the argument presented were about how online communication change the way we speak and write. Okay. So I was surprised to learn that social media is influencing even grammar and spelling, and this episode helped me understand more about how language evolves in digital space. It also challenged me to think about the future of written communication and whether email might disappear, something like that. And through this podcast, I practice listening to expert opinions and learned about in modern context, something like that. Okay, next is the third podcast I listen. Yeah, the last podcast maybe. Okay, I listened to it was Business Daily. Okay, the title of the episode that I listened in Business Daily is The Adults Shaping the Toy Industry. Okay, so this episode discuss about how adults are helping keep the toy market alive And one of the key takeaways from this episode was that not only one third of global toy sales and come from adults buying toys from from themselves. And I found it interesting that this trend is changing how toys are made and marked. And this episode gives me insight into real business issue and how companies adapt to consumer habits. Something like that. And listening to this kind of content made me more confident in dealing with professional English and business related vocabulary. So, guys, overall, listening to this trade podcast has improved both my listening skills and my critical thinking. And I have become more confident in understanding different vocabulary, and complex idea in English. And this course taught me how to enjoy listening to English content and learn from it actively. And okay guys, so that's all from me. Thank you so much for listening my presentation, and I apologize if I have a mistake for this presentation, and I hope you found it information from my presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.